Hi, this is Usha. Welcome to Rathod's IAS. Today in this video, we are going to see 6 months plan or 6 months timetable to clear UPSC 2023. And this is one of the most requested video from the students. So first of all, I will give you information what are the things that we are going to discuss in this video. So first, we are going to see some important points to remember to clear UPSC Prelims 2023. And here we are also going to see the book list that you have to refer, and we are also going to see the timetable. Apart from that timetable, we can also see phase wise timetable or phase wise plan in this video. So this video which contains 4 components. So first we are going to see the points to remember. So one important thing I have to say here is every day you have to spend at least 8 to 10 hours. So as you all know that from November till May 28th. So on May 20th you are going to having your prelims examination. So you are having 7 months. So I am going to give plan for 6 months and remaining one month that you have to focus on revision. So the first important thing here is, yes, you have to spend 8 to 10 hours every day without fail on this preparation. And you have to remember 3 pillars of preparation. So what are those 3 pillars of preparation? So first one is conceptual understanding. First one is conceptual understanding, and second one is current affairs, and third one is revision. So these are the 3 pillars of your preparation. So if you follow all these 3, I can say for sure you are going to clear your prelims. So in this conceptual understanding, if you have a good understanding of concept, then you can easily eliminate the statements in the questions of UPSC prelims, so that the clearing of UPSC will be having high chances. If you are comparing with a student who is not having the conceptual clarity, so if you have the conceptual clarity, then you can eliminate one more statement than compared to the others. So here the approach towards the right answer will be more. And next one is current affairs. So if you are reading current affairs, that is newspaper daily, then you can get 10 to 15 marks more compared to the students who are not reading newspaper, because you will be having dynamic view also. And next one is revision. Revision is very important. So why this revision is important? For the consolidation of information that already you have read and to recall the things on time. So I can say the 4 R's you have to follow in your preparation is, first you have to read or rote learning. After that you have to revise. So after revising again you have to recall the things, and finally you have to reproduce in your examination. So these are the 4 R's. Those should be your weapons in this war to clear UPSC. And this revision is very important to consolidate the information, whatever you have read and what are the things you have read, you have to recall on the time. And one thing I can say is you have to revise your standard books. So reading standard books once will not at all help you. So many students, they will be thinking that, yes, I read this Lakshmikant once, I'm done with this Lakshmikant. I read this spectrum once, I'm done with this spectrum. So it is not the process actually. So you have to read at least 5 to 6 times a single book before going into your preparation. I strongly refer that you have to read 10 times Lakshmikant book before your prelims. So why? Because if you are reading this Lakshmikant, you might be getting boring if you are reading that book again and again. But when you practice questions, then you will be getting some confusion between the statements, whether it is correct or not, whether it is by president or whether it is by governor, like that. So to avoid that confusion, yes, you have to do repeated revisions. And not only the standard books, so what are the notes that you are making while reading, you have to also revise that notes. Because short notes you can remember long, than compared to entire Lakshmikant. Okay, so you have to make this short notes. And even I will ask you to solve previous year's questions, that is PYQs. So previous year's questions are very, very important. So if you analyze them, if you practice them, you can understand how question will be asked from so and so topic, and which topics, on which topics the question is asked, and in which pattern the question is asked. So you can understand that, and you can read the mind of UPSC. So these are the some important things that you need to remember before starting your preparation. And now let us see the book list for UPSC prelims. So one thing I can say is, try to keep your sources limited and try to revise them repeatedly. So rather than reading 3 or 4 books for single subject, keep only one book, select only one book and try to read that repeatedly. So that will fetch you gains. So actually we are having 7 subjects. So first one is polity. So for polity we refer this M. Lakshmikant book for your prelims. And for geography, no need of reading any standard book, just read 4 books. That is 2 books from your 11th class NCERT and 2 books from your 12th class NCERT. This is more than enough for geography. And for economy, you have to refer the Sanjeev Verma book. And most of the questions that will be from current affairs and economic survey of that year. You have to do that for sure. And whenever you are reading this economic survey, focus on introduction and conclusion more. And from the history, you have to refer ancient history, medieval history, modern history and art and culture. So try to see only one book for one module here. So for ancient, you can take old NCERT, that is R.S. Sharma or Tamil Nadu board textbook. And for medieval also, you can take old NCERT, that is Satish Chandra or Tamil Nadu board book. And next one is modern. So modern for prelims, you can read only Spectrum. And for art and culture, you can refer Nitin Singhania. So for history, only 4 books you have to read. And for environment, you can go to this Shankar IAS book, and in biology, 12th class NCERT, just last 4 chapters. So that's it for environment. And here you can get at least 15 to 20 questions every year for environment. So here you have to also focus on current affairs. So I will tell you the division of marks. So from polity, you can get 15 to 20 questions. It accounts for about 30 to 40 marks. And from geography, you will be getting 10 to 15 questions. It will carry about 20 to 30 marks. And from economy, 20 questions. It carries 40 marks. And from ancient history, 5. And out of this whole history, you can get 20 questions. So it will constitute 40 marks. And from environment, 15 to 20, it will constitute 30 to 40 marks. And from science and technology, 10 marks, 10 questions, it will be like 20 marks. So from this allocation, we can understand, if you cover polity, if you cover geography, economy, history and environment, yes, you can easily clear UPSC prelims. Don't worry about that. Only try to keep your standard books limited and repeatedly you have to revise them. Even though if you are getting bored, you have to repeatedly revise them. There is no choice. And for current affairs, you can follow one national newspaper, either Hindu or Indian Express, or else you can also follow the monthly magazine of any institute that you can get in the market. And now let us see the timetable. So I referred UPSC toppers and also other aspirants and who wrote the mains, and finally I came up with this timetable for this clearing of UPSC prelims. So for polity, you can spend 30 days. So on average, if you're spending 8 hours per day, you can spend 30 days. That is about 240 hours to cover this polity. And for modern history, you can spend 20 days. It accounts about 160 hours. And for ancient and medieval, you can spend 10 days. It is about around 80 hours of time. And for culture, you can spend like 10 days of time, and it will be accounting like about 80 hours, because from culture you can get questions and it is also part of your mains, prelims plus mains. And economy, you can spend 40 days. You have to cover your Sanjeev Verma and also economic survey together, and it will accounts like 320 hours. And for science and technology, you can spend 5 days. It will be around 40 hours, and you can cover mostly current affairs here. And next one is geography. So for geography, you can spend 30 days and it is around 240 hours. So this is about the timetable. And apart from this timetable, so you have to also give test. So I will suggest you to take 50 to 60 mock test. So you have to take mock test. Just reading it is not at all useful actually. So how many tests you are giving? So that is also very important. Take mock test. So you have to take at least 50 to 60 mock test before your examination. And you have to try to score 100 to 120 marks in your mock test. And you have to think like, so how can you increase the score? You have to try to score this 100 to 120 marks, and you have to think about how can I score more marks, 10 or 15 more marks. And you can focus on elimination techniques, and especially if you understand the concept, then you can easily eliminate at least 1 or 2 statements in the question, so that approaching the right question, so the chances will be very high. So try to focus on the concept. And one more thing I can say here is the phase-wise plan. So in the phase-wise plan, first you have to start your preparation with the polity and geography. So they are comparatively easy when we are comparing with this economy and history. So polity and geography are easy. You can complete first polity and geography. And later on you can start read your economy, and economy will take a lot of time. And after that you can start reading your modern history. And after that you can see this environment and science and technology. So comparatively we are having less portion. And after that you can go through this ancient, medieval and as well as art and culture, because as you know in history you have to remember the years, you have to remember the kings, you have to remember the titles, capitals, books, travelers, etc. So that we can do in the last phase, so that the memory will be high whenever the exam is very much near, right? So in this way you can do the phase wise plan. And finally I can say that you have to focus on the strength and you have to work on weakness. Yes, I can give the timetable like in which month you have to, what you have to read. So on which day what you have to read. But one plan will not be suitable for all. So you should not blindly copy the timetable of others. Try to make your own timetable based on the number of hours I already said. So based on these hours, you have to prepare your own plan. And whatever the plan you came up or whatever the timetable you came up, so try to follow that timetable strictly. Okay, don't skip the timetable, and you have to follow and you have to take the test in between. So if you follow this timetable or if you follow this plan and this book list, and I can say 100% I can assure you that you will clear UPSC Prelims 2023. So I hope this video is very helpful, and subscribe to Rathod's IAS Academy, and don't forget to like, share and comment this video. Thank you so much.